We all know that our beloved K-pop idols have their own fair share of experience with racism. And let's be honest, it doesn't really matter who you are, since there are still people who think they are way better than you just because of their ethnicity. BTS, despite being the biggest K-pop act today, wasn't able to avoid this kind of treatment. As a matter of fact, being in the center of all this attention might be the reason why the 7 boys are often targeted. From comments about their looks to their language, and even about their English speaking skills, you name them all. Actually, the list can go on, but the most recent comment sparked a riot in the ARMY community. 2021 was already a tough year, but despite the back-to-back comebacks ARMYs were spoiled with, it seems like they needed to prepare themselves for the bad things as well. This was further proven true when German radio host just went out of his merry way and thought it was okay to compare BTS with COVID-19. Not to mention the other racist comments he said about the Korean boy group. While he eventually did apologize, if his statement can even pass as an apology. But since the damage had been done, allow me to tell you what really went down. I hope you guys are ready for this because his disrespecting and unacceptable behavior will surely make your blood boil. The issue came about during a radio broadcast on Bavarian station Bayern 3. At first, it sounded like any other radio broadcast. Not until radio host Matthias Matuschik called BTS a quote, some crappy virus. And wait, before you start blowing fumes, let me tell you, this is not even half of what this radio presenter said about the boys, so relax and hear the rest of the story first, okay? Of course, this insensitive and obviously racist comment made ARMYs furious. It was actually because of BTS's Fix You cover that the radio host went on with his hate train. And as if comparing BTS with COVID-19 was not dumb enough, he even continued and called the K-pop group's performance of Coldplay's hit song a blasphemy. Fans were left enraged because of this, and even wondered what's wrong with the man for discrediting such amazing song cover. I don't know about him, but if you'd ask me, all I can hear is the amazing vocals and pure talent whenever I watch the 7 boys sing the British rock band's hit song. If there's another problem aside from his attitude, I think he has to get his ears checked as well. But wait, there's more, because if you think the Bavarian host was finished, then think again, since he continued dragging the group all throughout his live radio program. Seems like he really didn't fancy BTS singing to Coldplay's song, because he then proceeded that as a punishment for the said cover, BTS should have a 20-year vacation in North Korea, which is definitely insensitive and rude for him to say, not to mention it's straight up xenophobic. Well, he did try justifying his comments, and actually it's just like digging a much more deeper hole, because this time around, he just went on and said that fans should not accuse him of xenophobia just because of this comment, and even went further by saying he has nothing against South Korea, and that he is actually driving a car from South Korea. Not that it makes the situation any better, honestly. But he deemed it was enough to somehow make him less of a bad person. ARMY says it did not help him a bit. Soon after the comments were made, fans were quick to defend their boys and took over Twitter as they voice out and trend their support for their idols by calling out the radio station and the radio host for being racist and disrespectful. Some even said that the last thing 2021 needs is negativity, and the statements the radio host made was very unnecessary. Related hashtags then dominated Twitter's trending list, showing how powerful ARMYs are, and that it's definitely not a good move to make them angry. Some of the hashtags were Bayern 3 apologize, Bayern 3 racist, racist must be Bayern 3, and people around the world, ARMYs or not, voiced their disappointment on the hurtful and disrespectful behavior, as many were appalled by the comments, and wrote that racism was not an opinion. One fan wrote that, quote, "There's a fine line between social commentary and sugar-coated racism, and we all know which side this falls on. How do people even tolerate this blatant stupidity?" And proceeded by calling the radio host a sad and pathetic excuse for entertainment journalism. The outpour of support didn't end there, since ARMY didn't like the fact that the people who inspired them through their music and passion are being discredited just because they are Asian. And ARMY tweeted, quote, The audacity to disrespect highly acknowledgeable artists, a healing, a home, and the pride of millions? You're putting yourself on grave, honey. Yes, you are. Hashtag apologize to BTS. She even went on and quote BTS's leader RM, who said, "If you can't respect, don't even open your mouth." Days went on like that, and in no time, everyone was getting involved, and believe it or not, there was also a silver lining from the incident, and people were at least thankful for this takeaway. As armies continued to take over social media and asking an apology for the racist behavior, some took this as an opportunity to shed light on the ongoing situation of Asian hate, and how it got worse because of the pandemic, since the racist comments echoed the discrimination and harassment that people of Asian descent have been facing during the pandemic. These comments have also given rise to hate crimes against Asians living in the US. It even caught the attention of other celebrities, just like Halsey, who shared she was horrified because of the comment. The singer also added on his IG story post that racism and xenophobia cannot be thinly veiled as on-air humor, and that the radio host's behavior was unacceptable. Swedish pop star Zara Larsson also went on to vent her anger on Twitter as she said, quote, "And this is a bigger issue than one racist radio host speaking about BTS. This is about racism against Asians and xenophobia. We must all speak up, which is the bare minimum, to show people like him that his words have consequences." Like what I mentioned earlier, the radio station and the host did issue an apology, but instead of pacifying the issue, it just added more fire to the already raging flames, since ARMY did not only found the apology insufficient, but also insincere because it seems like the station was still taking the side of their radio presenter, which, as a matter of fact, they should not, because of his blatant misbehavior, which caused damage to BTS. In its first statement following the backlash, Matushik said he did not mean to, quote, racially insult the group, and said linking them to the coronavirus was, quote, completely wrong. Bayern 3, the radio station, also defended Matushik, insisting it was not his intention to hurt the feelings of the BTS fans. As expected, the following apology, if it even counts as such, received more criticism, which led Bayern 3 to issue yet another statement, apologizing for Matushik's statement, who, in quote, resolutely distances itself from any form of racism, marginalization, and discrimination. Well, in the end, it seems like that's all ARMY and BTS can get, and even up to this date, there's still fans who didn't like how the radio station responded. Count me in, since I personally did not appreciate how they addressed their wrongdoings. At least the unfortunate incident brought light to the serious issue of Asian hate. In the end of the day, BTS and ARMY showed how powerful their influence is, and that one thing is for sure, you don't want to mess with ARMY, especially with their precious idols, because they won't hesitate to come at you for an apology. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more. Make sure to hit that notification button as well so you won't miss any upload. See you on the next video. Bye!